for a 4-day fishing trip, and despite this cold that I've had for about a week, I am not changing any of my plans. What I'm going to do this trip is I'm going to bring my backpack instead of the backpack and the tackle box. That's basically because I'm going into a lake where they're stocking trout on a weekly basis, and there's also like crappie and bluegill and other small panfish. So I don't really think I need like all my heavy crankbaits and different sort of things like that. I think I can make do with just my backpack. But I'm going to show you what I have in here and what I plan to use, and hopefully this is going to work out for me. So in the front pocket here, right up in the front, I basically have a small little notebook which I jot down notes about what's working and what's not working and what I've already tried, so I can keep track of that. And then I also have a larger journal that I put it all into at the end of the day. That's up front. And I'm going to try to go through this pretty quickly. And then I have some Neosporin in here, just some fishing regulation guides just in case, my big first aid kit, let's see, a little extra fork and knife and some chopsticks or whatever. Just little nonsense in case I should happen to need any of that. It's also where I'm going to put snacks in just before I head out. And here I have a couple of pairs of fishing glasses and some SPF 15 lip balm. In this compartment here, which is the next biggest size, I have a pair of fingerless gloves. I have some other gloves with little rubber gripping. I have my extra line, some towels. I have some like a couple of different brands of the salmon eggs and some trout bait. And what I've done with the trout bait is I've been looking up in the online and in the Fish Sniffer magazine and finding out what they've been catching them on up there, and I've matched the colors that they said that they've been catching on in that area. So hopefully that will be productive. And in the main compartment here, trying to keep my arm out of the way, I have, of course, my thermos, which is going to hold my coffee because I never go anywhere without air or coffee or water. So here's my water bottle. And then I just have 3 of my Plano boxes. And my 3 smaller ones here hold, these are the Crappie Magnets. And I haven't used these at all. I got these a while ago, so this will be my first time out trying them. And the colors they say they're hitting on right now is solid white, which I bought a bag of those because I didn't have them in this kit. So I have the solid white, I have the pink and the chartreuse in here. So they're hitting off of that too. And then I just brought some other colors to try. And here's some of these little shads, and I've matched some of the colors here that they say they're catching as well. And then, of course, my Ultralight Crankbaits. And one of the things that they've been catching some big, like 11-pounders on, are just these Rapalas. And they've talked about a couple of different colors, so I've made sure to plan to have the colors in here that they've been catching those on as well. So I have those. Then I have one of my utility boxes with just the tools and a few extra little things in there. My fishing license. On the back side you can see just some random little stuff. This box has a small box of all the jig heads. I'm actually going to open this because this little box is kind of cool. This is sort of my panfish box, and on one side it's got jig heads. I've got some 3-way swivels, some barrel swivels, some little clip swivels. Here I've got some like hooks in a couple different sizes. And when you flip them over on the other side, I've got my little snippers here, some more jig heads. I think those are like some 8ths and 1/32 and 1/16. And then I've got a couple of bags of these split shot in various different sizes. So this is kind of handy. And it just fits in the main utility compartment of this other box that I have. And I just have, again, some random little things that I might need. And then I have my Grub Box, which is a little bit larger than my smaller boxes there. And these just have a bunch of different size grubs up here. And then in this tray right here, I have some little ripple shads and some nymphs and little bugs. So this is pretty much my bug section, and then my grubs. And then I have my bobbers there if I should choose to use them. And then just because I've got some little bitty swim baits up here, some tiny ones. And then I did put a few of my Meps and Rooster Tails in there, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or not. So that's pretty much what I'm bringing in this kit, and hopefully that's everything I'm going to need just to catch some trout and some crappie. So we'll see how that goes.